Welcome to another episode of Bench Talk. If you haven't already, like, subscribe, comment, check out the Instagram page. If not, check out the TikTok as well. And right now you're probably on the YouTube channel. But let's get straight into it. There's been no football this week, it's been international, so that's why I slowed down a bit in terms of the content, because I talk about the Premier League, baby. I talk about La Liga, baby. I talk about League One, baby. Now I'm playing about, but the Premier League, it resumes this week. This weekend, we've got the games coming up, a couple of big games, but before we go into the games, we'll talk about a few of my picks. I'm mainly going to be focusing on the Arsenal-Chelsea game. Or should I say Chelsea versus Arsenal, because we need to be number one. Let's talk about betting. It's been crazy. Tonali for Newcastle has been caught. Also, a few guys in Seria A or Seria A has been caught as well in terms of betting for match fixing. I've looked at the rules when it comes to betting, and they're pretty straightforward. Just don't bet. Don't bet. Don't bet and don't give inside information. Obviously, this is not the first time it's happened. We've had a few incidences. So, for example, from back in the day, we had Joe Barton, Matt Letizia. To recently, we've had Kieran Trippier, Ivan Toney as well, literally just last year. And also now currently Tonali and a few guys as well in the Italian Serie A league. My thing is, it's so strict, which is not a bad thing, and it's not a good thing either. But before I even go into that a bit more, for me, everyone's got to get the same punishment as Tony. So Tonali, if you get 7 months, 8 months, a year, you have to eat that, and no one should be feeling bad for you at all in terms of like saying it's an addiction, etc. Because we have to keep everyone on the same playing field. When Tony was doing it, everyone was calling him silly after he got his first cap. No one's talking about his mental health or addiction or any problems that he had with gambling. So we cannot have the same energy towards him as we did Tooney or to Barton, etc. My thing though is, when it comes to betting, or that footballers are allowed to bet, the rules pretty much state from anyone from the Premier League or the top league to even like the National League. So it's like probably like 5 levels, they're not allowed to bet on anything at all. The inside information, I think that's fair. Like if you know a manager's going to get sacked, if you know you're going to get a transfer, or any of those details, you shouldn't really be giving out you shouldn't be giving out no information. It was to your friends in a WhatsApp group, face to face, because they got inside information. That's inside trading. So for me, I agree with that. You should take a punishment for that for sure. When it comes to betting, I think there should be some leeway. When I say leeway, I mean like a change of rules. Because right now we've got a lot of betting companies that sponsors teams. The betting industry is very big in sports, let alone football. But that's a big industry in sports to make money. And obviously it was the Premier League, Serie A, NFL, NBA. You know, they got deals with these people. So I feel like the rule should be though, like if you're in the Premier League, you should be able to bet on like championship games, League 1, League 2. So any league below you or above you or in a completely different league, you should be able to bet. But only bet on the scoreline. So for example, I bet that Chelsea's going to win 1-0 or 2-1. Like you shouldn't be able to bet on yellow cards, free kicks, corners, but like on the scoreline, predicting the scoreline, I believe if it's the league above or below you, you should be able to bet. You shouldn't be able to bet against your own team, whether it's losing or winning. I don't think that's right. And also, I feel like when you're betting against your own team, that's a bit of like it's an interesting one. It's an interesting point of view to really take on. So for example, Tonali, he's betting against, he's betting for AC Milan to win, but it's like, people may say, okay, cool, he's betting for his team to win, so technically he hasn't done nothing wrong. However, it's not the right thing to do. You should be betting for your club at all. But outside your club, in terms of like a level above or a level below, I think you should be able to, players should be able to put a bet down. The NBA is a bit different because it's one league, one division kind of thing. NFL is the same thing. So it's like those guys there, you're all in the same, should I say, the same league, the same conference. So you're all like in Premier League status, so you should be able to bet. But for football, you should be. However, betting shouldn't even be allowed at all. I don't think betting companies should be sponsoring teams. I don't think betting companies should really have deals with the sports industry. Yes, it's a big money maker. However, it's like having the forbidden fruit right in front of you and saying not to do it. So, Tonali, for example, he has peace. Him putting 10k or 15k or 20k for AC Milan to win, he can get, his profit could be double that. So he can put down 10k, get back 20. He can put down 20k, get back 40 or even more. So it's a way for them to make money. If now you bet for your own team, that's match fixing. And I get you want to keep the integrity of the game. The integrity of the game is very important. It's so important because it lets fans know, even though sports is entertainment, let's not forget that, at least by keeping that integrity, you know that players are not going to do things for their own bets or for a friend's bet or to make money off a bet. That's wrong completely. For me, gambling is not a good thing to do. It's not a good thing to do. It can bring you down a treacherous road, a road that you don't want to go down and put you in situations that you don't want to be involved in. However, again, you should be able to bet outside of your league. If you're in the outside your league or outside your division, I think that's fair, especially when you're just doing results. That's the only thing they should allow players to do. You can bet on the scoreline. If you're not betting on the scoreline, getting that suspension. If you're betting on the scoreline that is outside, keyword, outside of your league, you should be able to do that. We're living in a new day, new era. Betting companies are always promoting stuff. There's ads everywhere. They're sponsors as well. So it's only fair that, that they should get a piece of the pie in terms of being allowed to enjoy themselves in that type of manner. So that's my thing. But Tonali, he has to be suspended for that. He has to be, like Tony was suspended. Kieran Trippier, even though he just gave inside information about him going to a different league or getting a transfer from Atletico to Newcastle, he had to get, he got 10 weeks as well in terms of a fine. One more time, there needs to be some changes to the rules, or the betting companies, they need to somehow work with the players, etc. There needs to be something done, because it's not going to be the last, and it's definitely not the first. And for the integrity of the game, I think that one little rule, switch, or change can avoid these situations as well. For sure, it can avoid it. And at the end of the day, you want solutions to the problems. You don't want the problem and then to keep speaking about it. That doesn't solve anything, and that doesn't help the players either. It helps the media because it's something to talk about, something to dive into. However, look at Newcastle now. They paid, a fee for him. Did AC Milan even know about this allegation? Because let's not get it twisted. These guys have been investigated for a minute before the news comes out. Same with Tonali. Alright, now let's move on. Football's back. As I said earlier, football is back this weekend after the international break where we had a few games. I'm going to tell you my biggest game of the weekend. Chelsea versus Arsenal. I already said from previous episodes that this month, big games for Chelsea. The Arsenal-Chelsea game can go a few either ways. Obviously, I want to back my team to win. I want to say 2-1 Chelsea. We'll get the W, for sure. And if we get this W, I told you already, scary hours is coming up. Arsenal though, they know how to get W's, they know how to win. So it's going to be a tough match. However, I think the keys for Chelsea right now is getting the early goal or just playing with confidence. If we get the early goal and play with confidence, I feel very good. Very, very, very good about the result. That can happen. Is it going to be easy? Of course not. Arsenal's like tied for the top of the league. So, since last year, they've been ramping it up, showing that they are a top team in the Premier League. But Chelsea, we got the players, we got the ballers, we got the defenders, midfielders, a few strikers. But the key to the game is going to be Enzo and Gallagher, how they play in that midfield. Because we need Enzo just to be that nice, playmaker for us. Gallagher to give us the legs, running about everywhere. Just being a nuisance. And then guys up front for us. Sterling, he's the key. He's going to be the key. How is he going to play? Is he going to be attacking defenders? Is he going to be relentless? Is he going to have his shooting boots on? If Sterling comes in that game to play, we're good. For me, Chelsea, when it comes to big games, we play well. We play well so far. So that's the energy that I'm hoping to get. Big game energy, we play well. And for Arsenal, the key for them, Nketiah, Jesus, how are they going to play? The midfield, they've been solid so far. I can't even lie. Rice, Odegaard, if they're doing their thing, it's going to be interesting. But it's going to be Sterling against that defence. Obviously, Mudryk might start, and then Jackson might start as well. And, we've got to see how Saliba does against them. I think Saliba will be solid because he's got the strength, everything. But Sterling is going to be the key. He needs to tell that right back or that left back, give them a long day. If he does that, I feel good. So I think that's going to be a big game. A big, 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 big game. That's the game that I'm looking forward to the most. The other games, there's 2 other games that I think is going to be a bit spicy. We've got the Merseyside derby as well. Liverpool versus Everton. We're all expecting Liverpool to win. I keep it a buck. We are. Liverpool should get the W. But it's a derby. Derby comes with intensity. It comes with fire. It comes with passion. On that note though, I'm giving Liverpool a 2-0 victory. That's what I'm going with. 2-0 Liverpool. They're going to take them down. And the third game I'm looking forward to is Man City versus Brighton. Man City versus Brighton. Brighton, Zerbi ball, we're going to see what they do. City, we want to see what they do. For me, it's a close call. It's either going to be a draw or City's going to slap them. I don't think there's an in-between. Like, it's a draw or City slaps them. Like, slaps them. However, like I said, for this weekend, there's 2 games I can say there's going to be an upset. Chelsea versus Arsenal. And I'm going to go with... Actually, I'm not going to go with the Merseyside derby. I'm going to go with Brighton to probably win 1-0. 1-0 Brighton. Those are my picks. Every other game, I think the W should come accordingly. Manchester United should be beating Sheffield United. They should be slapping them up. Tottenham, if they keep doing their thing, they're doing their thing. You see what I mean? If they're doing their thing, they're doing their thing. So, this football this weekend, I'm looking forward to it, watching all the games. And then of course, on Tuesday, I'm going to come in with my analysis as well, or my post-game thoughts. Let you see what I see. But until then, guys, thank you again for watching another episode of Bench Talk. As I said at the beginning, like, subscribe, comment, pow. And I'll catch you again on Tuesday. And we are out.